Hey, I'm at home briefly. Today was my first day stopping in at Girls Rock Grand Rapids, which is a really good volunteer organization that I stumbled across about 3 years ago, I think. Yep, they do great things. So I'm going to be volunteering there on and off this week, and then still teaching all my regular piano and songwriting students. So I'm a little tired, but I wanted to do a brief check-in, mainly because I meant to check in on day 182, or like halfway between 182 and 183, because that was officially the halfway point. So I only have one hand free, the other one's holding this wobbly video. I really need to get like a stand for my phone. Anyway, I'm just always afraid it'll be too quiet if I just like set it down over here. Yeah, that'll probably be really quiet, because I don't always enunciate or talk very loud. Okay, what was I going to say? Yeah, so 180. So I want to talk about anything that I feel I've kind of done a 180 on since doing 180 days of this. And not just because time has passed, but specifically from being like forced out of my shell by this weird process that I don't really know how to like talk about it or even really reflect on, because I feel like it is just bordering on narcissism, at least for people who know me separate from this. I don't want to like bring up me when already there's 180 some days of me. So usually I don't even know what my friends think of this. I don't really know what my family thinks of this. I kind of have no idea. No one's really talking to me about it. That's probably a good thing. I don't know that I'd want to have a lot of feedback in my brain about like what this is. I'm assuming people maybe tried to watch a bunch of them in the beginning and then were like, holy gosh, I can't do this. And that's kind of how I feel sometimes, so I relate. But the biggest thing I feel like I've done a 180 on is I'm not very self-conscious anymore with like what I'm wearing, whether or not you see like blemishes on my face, or like I never really went through a while where I plucked my eyebrows, but I stopped doing that quite a while ago. I have friends who like don't shave their armpits and stuff like that, and I'm kind of up and down with other types of body hair, but like eyebrows I'm just kind of a straight no on. Like, nope, sorry. Maybe that'll get cool again someday to just have all natural eyebrows. I don't really care. Maybe because they're super blonde anyway and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but whatever. So that's been nice. I highly recommend splattering yourself all over some sort of social media thing just for the awesome side effect of like getting over any hang-ups you have about yourself, because I don't think I even realized how many reasons I had for why I couldn't previously like share a video. Like if you look in my past recordings back on the Jessica Fogel YouTube or just earlier on this YouTube channel, like I wrote just as many songs back then in 2014, 2015, but there's like one video a year. And I wanted to do more. And that's crazy to me now in hindsight, like why I allowed years of my life to pass without doing things I wanted to do just because of self-consciousness. So like I probably won't ever do that again. I'll probably never be like so like thinking this doesn't matter. Like this is, and partly because of what's on my brain lately, like this is an example of like privilege. Like this is a random thing that I can do for no reason that entertains me, maybe, kind of. It challenges me, helps me grow in a situation where I don't have any more resources to like pay for more education or something to help me grow with like how to come out of my shell or other like pseudo therapy, group therapy type things of how to like keep healing from wounds that I've had because of some issues in my past. And you know, those types of clubs and stuff used to cost me money. Clubs. You know, support groups, things like that. So like this is pretty effective. It's strange. Why would talking to yourself all the time be effective? But it kind of is. I've heard that therapists recommend this sometimes, like to blog. Some I think say video blogging can do the same thing, but just kind of getting yourself out of your system and out of your head. Oh, there's a cute little butterfly. I doubt you can see it. Go on. Oh, he flew away. Ah! Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'll try to trim that out. If that's really loud, I'm really sorry. Anyway, okay, what else have I grown on? Grown or just changed? I don't even know for sure that this creates growth. Anything's growth. Any change is growth. Existing is growth. Yeah. But positive growth, I guess it's not for me to decide. Like, I don't really know, like, what's positive anymore. Maybe that's gross. I don't know. I know a lot of strong-minded people. I feel like the longer that I'm on the planet, the less clear-minded I get about almost everything. And I feel like that's backwards from most people. That concept of like finding yourself. Myself just gets more muddied. I'm always very influenced and affected by the people I'm around. I've been kind of a chameleon my whole life. And so, if I'm around a lot of strong-minded women who speak out, I might be a little more vocal. If I'm around a lot of people with quieter values who function almost the dead opposite way, I might be more like that. Like, I don't mean to be this way, but I don't know. Maybe some people are just more like that. I used to call it like being like a sponge. But I feel a lot of the time, I just read about a younger singer-songwriter out of NYU. I don't remember her name, but how she sees herself as like a reflection of the world around her, and that she absorbs. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, it had to do with that singer-songwriter being a sponge. So anyway, she was talking about being a sponge, and, well, she didn't say it that way, but yeah, like absorbing the world and reflecting it back. And so I kind of relate to that, and I think I used to feel like that gave me no identity, but maybe being that kind of a person, I guess some people call it an empath, but maybe being that kind of a person is my identity. And the whole main quality about being that kind of person is that you don't have your own like imposing identity when you're in groups or when you're around strong personalities. So I don't know, it's uncomfortable. I often feel like people who have stronger personalities than me don't relate to that. I think a lot of people think I have a really strong personality, but I think I just talk a lot. I think that's, I don't know. Maybe someone would have to have been inside my skin or behind my eyes my whole life to see how many different types of people I've been. Which isn't saying that's a good thing, but it's just kind of how I've been. And the more I meet people who are a little like me, who kind of fall into people and fall into scenes and kind of change a little bit to match those scenes and those people, the more I think maybe people like me need to stop being ashamed of that. Maybe that is just a quality. Maybe the world says it wants everybody to be its own sort of firm thing. But really, the world wouldn't function if there weren't people who were kind of morphing and falling into those things. But who knows? Whatever. I'm just rambling. What else? 180 days. What other 180s have I done? I don't know. I've done a lot with Cloudlight. I've done a lot of feeling what it feels like to kind of be in a band and figure that kind of stuff out. But that's more situational. That could have happened anytime, not specific to these 180 days. I'm trying to think if there's anything that by putting up 180 plus songs that has kind of changed me. And like I said about the YouTube stuff being more transparent. But I feel like there's a lot more and I just don't know what it is. I've gotten lazier with my songwriting, so that's not really a good thing. But I'm just trying to fulfill this challenge, so that just kind of is what it is. And that had actually happened many, many years ago when I did the 50-90 challenge and the FOM challenge, February album writing month. And then proceeded to just write a ton after that. I just kind of got a little more interested in like art songs, things that were kind of weird. But then, hey, you can't tell me it doesn't count. And then it's a song. And then I just kind of grew more and more attracted to that kind of song. Like Joanna Newsom's songs are pretty weird structurally, and I just was like, hey, this is valid. I can do this too. And I still think, though, I would prefer to have the time to put more effort into some of them, but honestly, I think I don't really like the sound of effort. I never really have in songs, or at least not since I was a kid. So I can structure things more. you know, be more formulaic with the rhyme schemes or with the line lengths. But I mean, obviously that was what my training was in, but I think I don't really like it. So like I don't listen to a lot of music that's like that. So I guess I just kind of don't really do it anymore. So I don't know if that's because of the 180 days. I think I had already made peace with all my songs sounding similar to each other, so I don't think that's come from the 180 days. I'm trying to look around my room and see if anything triggers me. I don't know. I do feel, though, like I'm a different person than I was when I started 183 or 84 days ago. I think, okay, I know, feedback. So I'm getting zero feedback on these videos, like zero. Like friends, family, nobody tells me what they think of these. And like I said already in my last one, I think I said it in there, like, sorry, there was another clip that I deleted. So I think I didn't say it in the deleted one. I think I said it in the one that you'll actually see. But I don't think I want feedback because these are so sloppy and I'd be embarrassed to know what people think of me putting this much sloppy stuff out there. But in the past, when I got feedback like that, I stopped and derailed whole projects I was trying to do. So like if somebody said, you should really, especially if it was someone close to me, if they said you should really be putting out your best self, then I would stop doing something like this for like 5 years. And that when I went into this, I knew that I couldn't use what other people were thinking or saying as a barometer anymore. And that's hard. That's been a weird change. To just keep putting stuff online with no followers or very few followers and very little feedback. Literally almost no feedback. Like nobody talks about these with me. And so that's a very strange feeling. But I will tell you, as a person who is combating that internal sense of, am I okay? Like on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Am I okay? Is what I'm doing and being okay? Is it accepted? Is it liked? Is it offending anyone? Is it making me some sort of social pariah? Like all these different possibilities. I will tell you that after 180 days of doing this, knowing I have to do 180 plus more, that it's not like it goes away. I don't know that we ever feel okay. I think we always all want to be kind of accepted, but I just think it's made me realize how many years I've wasted waiting to see what people thought of things before I would continue. So like if I would post one video and then it only got a certain amount of likes, which is a random, you know, if it hit this amount, then I'd be like, yay, that means people like it. But like, what's that number? That number would be different for everybody. If 5 people like something, will you feel like good, that that's worthwhile? Or do you need to have like 500 people like something to feel like what you do is worthwhile? Like if my 31 followers think that this is worthwhile, or if one of my 31 followers thinks that this is worthwhile, then doesn't that mean it's worthwhile? I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting paid. I could put more money into jobs and things that pay me. Whoops. Hey, so I have to go teach lessons. I didn't even know it was this late. So in closing, I guess I've learned stuff, but it doesn't seem like much different from the stuff I was saying when I started, so maybe I haven't learned anything. So maybe this is just a weird documentation and like reading someone's diary for a year. And that's pretty weird. I literally do have hundreds of journals, maybe thousands or around 1,000. I don't know. So I've been writing in journals since I was pretty young. So I don't know. I had wondered, what's the point of these 300 a year songs? I think I was up to like 900 songs since 2014. And it was just starting to feel like a really pointless thing that I did just for myself. And so I guess that's one of the main things I'm at, is just looking at it as, even if it is only 31 followers and really only one of those people watches these, that's one more person than was hearing my songs from 2014, 2015, and 2016. So I just try to look at everything that way. If I play for a crowd of 2 people or 200 people, I try to look at the gig that has only 2 people at it as just as important. Because you just never know what those 2 people are feeling and what they needed to hear that day. So I learned that from someone else. So I try to play all my gigs with the same level of love. Anyway, I should really go so I'm not late for this new student.